As the world mourns Pope Francis, history's most secretive transfer of power begins. White smoke, the path to a new pope, guides you through this momentous transition. We explain exactly what happens next, leading to the dramatic conclave vote. Learn how each ritual unfolds, what each tradition means, and why these ancient ceremonies still matter today. Follow along as the throne of St. Peter stands empty and a new chapter in church history begins. White Smoke, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you know what a group of flamingos is called? That's just one of thousands of facts you'll discover on 5 daily trivia questions. Hi, I'm Mark Ellison. Join me every weekday for 5 mind-expanding questions about everything from ancient history to modern technology. Perfect for impressing friends or dominating your next pub quiz. 5 daily trivia questions. And the answer, a group of flamingos, is called a flamboyance. 5 daily trivia questions.
Caloroga Shark Media.
Hey there, I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories. Good news for a lonely sunfish in an aquarium in Japan. You see, at the beginning of December, the aquarium closed for renovations, and then not too soon after, the sunfish started acting strangely. It stopped eating its jellyfish meals. It would frequently rub its lumpy body against the tank. The aquarium posted on Twitter, "We couldn't figure out the cause and took various measures because one of the staff members said, maybe it's lonely because it misses the visitors. We thought 99%, no way." But then they attached the uniforms of the staff members to the tank. The next day, the sunfish was in good health again. They took cardboard cutouts of the staff's faces. They tapped those to the tank. Then they hung the uniforms on suction cups and put the uniforms below the cardboard cutout of the faces. One of the staff members said, "The sunfish was popular among visitors before the renovations. It's curious and it would swim up to visitors when they approached the tank. When the renovation work is finished, I'd like visitors to wave to the sunfish." The aquarium is scheduled to reopen this summer. So Paul and his family were watching TV and they heard a loud bang outside and they were like, it's some knuckleheads with fireworks. They went to bed. The next morning, they noticed their car window was shattered. Then their 12-year-old son discovered a small, black, shiny rock nearby that didn't match any other local rocks. Nathan, the 12-year-old, put a magnet next to the rock. It was magnetized. He explains, "I was looking around on the ground near the car, and right by the front wheel was a black rock that stood out from all the others. I wondered if it could possibly be a meteorite, but wasn't sure until we used a magnet and researched it online." Now, if you need to tell if a rock is a meteorite, here's what you do. You look for a dark, thin fusion crust on its surface. Check if it's unusually heavy for its size due to high iron content. Test if it's magnetic, and look for unusual surface indentations. Archaeologists are all excited. They found a once-in-a-century find in Pompeii. The find had been buried under volcanic rock and ash for 2,000 years. It includes a private bathhouse, perhaps the largest ever found, complete with hot, warm, and cold rooms, artwork, and a huge plunge pool. Gabriel is director of the Archaeological Park of Pompeii and told the BBC, "It's these spaces that are really part of the Pompeii effect. It's almost as if people had only left a minute ago." The bathhouse changing room has red walls, a mosaic floor, and stone benches. They found 2 skeletons, one a woman aged between 35 and 50 who was clutching jewelry and coins, and a younger man in his teens or 20s. They had barricaded themselves into a small room, but were killed as a tsunami of volcanic gas and ash ripped through the town. An entire block of Pompeii has now been uncovered, revealing a laundry, a bakery, and the big house. It's believed they were all owned by one wealthy individual, perhaps Aulus Rustius Verus, an influential politician in Pompeii. The biggest room is the Frigidarium, aka the cold room, surrounded by red columns and frescoes of athletes. A visitor could cool off in the plunge pool, which is so large 20 to 30 people could fit in it. Good news, sort of. You missed out on the smelly flower. Apparently, you know those flowers that bloom every now and then and smell terribly? One was happening at the Brooklyn Botanic Garden. The corpse flower bloomed for the first time since arriving in Brooklyn in 2018. Native to Sumatra, the corpse flower is known for its height and carrion scent, which it uses to attract pollinators. Gardener Chris noticed the bloom happening around New Year's Eve. It only lasted a few days. He explains it's the first time it happened here, and it's not going to happen next year. It's going to be several years before it happens again. White smoke. The path to a new pope explores humanity's most elaborate and secretive transfer of power, a process now unfolding following the death of Pope Francis. This series reveals the hidden rituals, ancient traditions, and behind-the-scenes drama of papal transition. As the Catholic world enters this solemn period of mourning and anticipation, join us in witnessing how the Church has perfected this sacred process over 2,000 years, and what happens in these crucial days when the throne of St. Peter stands empty. White Smoke brings listeners inside the conclave that will determine who will succeed Pope Francis and lead the Church into its next chapter. White Smoke, wherever you get your podcasts.
You can get this podcast completely ad-free right now. If you're on Apple, just click the banner that says Uninterrupted Listening, and you'll get your first month free. If you use Spotify or other podcast players, go to caloroga.com/plus. It's just $5 a month, and you'll get access to over 20 premium shows with no interruptions. Binge listen to new series like the political thriller Acting President, Signal Lost, where military secrets land on the wrong phone, and Pager Protocol, the thriller about exploding pagers in the wrong hands. Plus, enjoy daily shows like Palace Intrigue about the royal family, daily comedy news, and 5 daily trivia questions to test your knowledge, and White Smoke, taking you behind the scenes at what's happening right now at the Vatican. You also get all our hot shows like 5 good news stories. Enjoy your favorite content without any ad breaks. Remember, Apple users click the uninterrupted listening banner for your free first month, and everyone else head to caloroga.com/plus. Get ad-free listening today.
And good news, an update on the mysterious googly eyes in the Oregon city of Bend. Jeff is the founder of a group called Guardian Group that works to combat human trafficking. He said that he used duct tape to attack the googly eyes onto sculptures, and that for him, they serve as a respite from the emotional toll of his work. He explained it's a place for me to cope with some pretty heavy stuff. He didn't think the googly eyes would receive that much attention, and then he went to city offices to offer to pay for any damages. The city didn't immediately respond. The city has said that, they're not like trying to be bad guys. They're just trying to explain that the adhesives can do damage to the art collection. So, can you just cut it out? They're not like mad about it. Just don't ruin the art. That's fair. Keith says, I think the biggest thing for me is just to get a laugh. When I come up from these roundabouts and I see people laughing, like hysterically laughing at these, it makes for a good time. And those are your 5 good news stories for today. Hey, if you would like the program without the commercials, I get it. But I got a heating bill. Do you know what the heating bill is this month? Yeah. So if you'd like the program without commercials, there's a link in the show notes that'll explain how you do it. Short version, $5 a month. If you're on Apple Podcasts, there's a banner there. It says uninterrupted listening. Click on that. And for $5 a month, no commercials. And on Apple, you get a 30-day free trial. So why wouldn't you try it anyway? Just for the 30 days free, right? And day 29, just be like, I get it. Totally get it. Have a great day.